Welcome back to Yoda's Padawan. Today's story is called Yoko's Paper Cranes by Rosemary Wells. I love this story because it talks about how a grandma and her granddaughter kept their relationship strong even though they lived far apart. So it kind of reminds me of being a kid and being far away from my grandma. I also love this one because it has really neat designs in it and it shows you how to make origami. Yoko's Paper Cranes by Rosemary Wells. If you notice the designs in the background, you'll see that they've used the designs that you see on a lot of origami paper. So it ties the culture in with the story. When Yoko was very small, she and her grandmother, Oba-san, fed the cranes in the pond at the end of the garden. The cranes stay in our garden only a few months, said Oba-san to Yoko. Then they fly away from Japan. Don't go, said Yoko. The cranes come back every year, said Oba-san. Yoko's grandfather, Oji-san, taught her to fold paper into cranes. If you'll notice the steps around the edge of the book, it tells you how to make a paper crane by folding origami paper. Oji-san made cranes, frogs, and lots of other animals out of his colored papers. Take a look at the shapes on the page. What animals do you think you see? When Yoko was a big girl, she and her mama and papa sailed far away from Japan. But Yoko never forgot Oba-san and Oji-san. Every week, a letter came to Yoko and her family in America. Every week, a letter went back to Oba-san and Oji-san in Japan. Oba-san's birthday was in winter. Yoko had no money to buy a birthday present. Yoko knew that thousands of miles away in Japan, Oba-san's garden was cold and snowy. Oba-san was waiting for the cranes to come back to her garden pond. Yoko asked her mother for beautiful paper. She folded the paper into a crane, just as Oji-san had shown her. She made 3 cranes of different colors. Then she put them in a package and put stamps on the package. The mailman took it and sent it in an airplane across the sea. All that night, airplane flew from warm California to wintry Japan. This is where Yoko lives now. And it shows the plane going all the way across to Obasan and Oji-san's house. Another mailman left the package at Obi-san's door. Obi-san opened the package. She and Oji-san hung Yoko's cranes in the kitchen window. Obi-san opened Yoko's birthday card. It was written in Japanese. Soon I will come back to Japan just like the cranes, is what the card said. The paper cranes turned on their strings. Happy birthday from Yoko tinged in the air around the cranes. Obi-san sipped her green tea while the snow fell outside the window. The end. I hope you liked that story as much as I did. What was your favorite part? Do you think that it's real or an imaginary story? What can you imagine?